Welcome back to Super Rare Coins. Today we're counting down the top 4 most valuable coins that could turn your small change into big money. These coins may look normal, but rare large dates, no mint mark varieties, and uncirculated condition can make them worth thousands, even 6 figures at auction. We'll show you what to look for, how condition affects value, and why collectors are paying huge prices for the finest examples. So don't skip this video, because one of these coins might already be in your collection. Top 1. The 2013 Elizabeth I penny with a large date and no mint mark, found in uncirculated condition with very fine scratches. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary bronze coin you've seen countless times. But under the right circumstances, this small piece of currency has reached an astonishing auction value of around $130,000 in today's market. The obverse of the coin features the portrait of Elizabeth II, whose image appeared on British coinage for decades and became one of the most recognized royal portraits in the world. By 2013, her effigy was already deeply familiar to collectors and the public alike. The reverse of the 1 penny displays the royal shield design, introduced in 2008 as part of the modern shield coin series. Each denomination carries a segment of the shield, and together they form the complete royal arms. This modern design gave a fresh identity to everyday British coins. The coin was produced by the Royal Mint, which has been striking British coinage for centuries. Like most standard UK circulation coins, the 2013 1 penny does not carry a visible mint mark. The absence of a mint mark is normal and expected. What truly sets this particular coin apart is the large date variety. On certain rare examples, the numerals in 2013 appear slightly larger, bolder, and more defined than on the standard strike. This difference can be subtle, and many people may overlook it completely. However, in the world of numismatics, even the smallest variation can make a dramatic difference in value. Now, let's focus on the most important factor: condition. An uncirculated coin means it has never been used in everyday transactions. There is no wear on the high points of the design. The Queen's portrait remains sharp, the shield lines are crisp, and the rim is intact and clean. However, even uncirculated coins can display very fine scratches. These tiny hairline marks often occur during minting, counting, or storage in bags. As long as the scratches are minimal and there is no actual circulation wear, the coin can still qualify as mint state. Professional grading plays a huge role in determining the value of such a coin. Grading companies carefully inspect surface quality, strike sharpness, luster, and overall eye appeal. A coin graded MS66, MS67, or higher can see its value increase dramatically. When we talk about a potential auction price of $130,000, we are referring to an exceptional example with a confirmed large date variety and a very high mint state grade. Without certification, it would be extremely difficult to achieve such a price. So, why would a 2013 1 penny reach such an extraordinary value? The answer lies in rarity, demand, and preservation. While millions of pennies were minted in 2013, only a tiny fraction may display the large date variation. Of those, an even smaller number survive in pristine, uncirculated condition. Over time, most coins are spent, scratched, dropped, or exposed to environmental damage. Finding a high-grade example more than a decade later becomes increasingly rare. Collector demand for Elizabeth II coinage remains strong worldwide. Her long reign created a massive global collector base, and modern varieties are gaining attention as collectors search for overlooked rarities. When a rare high-grade coin appears in a major auction, competitive bidding can push prices far beyond expectations. Two serious collectors determined to own the finest known example can easily drive the final hammer price into 6 figures. It's important to understand that not every 2013 one penny will be valuable. In fact, the vast majority are worth only face value. The $130,000 figure applies only to an extraordinary specimen with verified large date characteristics, exceptional eye appeal, and top-tier grading. Market conditions also play a role. Strong demand and limited supply create the perfect environment for record-breaking sales. Imagine discovering such a coin in a sealed mint set, a saved coin roll, or even loose change that was set aside years ago. What appears to be a simple bronze penny could turn out to be a remarkable treasure. This possibility is what makes coin collecting so exciting. Every coin deserves a closer look, especially when small design variations can mean the difference between 1 penny and $130,000. Top 2. The 2001 Elizabeth II pence with a large date and no mint mark, preserved in uncirculated condition with light rusty toning and fine surface scratches. At first glance, this coin may look like ordinary pocket change, but in rare and exceptional circumstances, certain examples have reached auction values close to $150,000 in today's competitive coin market. The obverse of the coin features the portrait of Elizabeth II, whose image defined British coinage for generations. By 2001, her portrait was already familiar across the world, symbolizing stability and tradition. The reverse design of the 2 pence at that time displayed the badge of the Prince of Wales, featuring the crowned plume of ostrich feathers above a coronet with the denomination 2 pence below. This classic design was used for many years before the shield redesign was introduced later in the decade. The coin was struck by the Royal Mint, the official manufacturer of United Kingdom coinage. Like most standard UK circulation coins, the 2001 2 pence does not carry a visible mint mark. That detail is normal and expected. What truly separates this coin from millions of others minted that year is the large date variety. On rare examples, the numerals in the year 2001 appear slightly larger, thicker, and more clearly defined compared to standard strikes. This variation can be subtle, but to experienced collectors, it is a critical identifying feature. Now, let's talk about condition, because this is where the real value comes into play. An uncirculated coin means it has never entered regular circulation. There is no wear on the high points of the portrait or the reverse design. The details remain sharp, the rim is intact, and the original mint luster is still visible. However, even uncirculated coins can display fine scratches. These tiny hairlines often occur during minting, bagging, or storage when coins come into contact with one another. As long as there is no friction wear from circulation, the coin can still qualify as mint state. The mention of rusty toning is especially interesting for a 2 pence coin from this era. Around the late 1990s and early 2000s, these coins were struck in copper-plated steel. If the copper plating becomes slightly compromised, small spots of oxidation can appear on the surface. Light, stable rust spots that do not severely damage the structure may still be acceptable to collectors, especially if the coin retains strong eye appeal overall. In fact, some toning patterns can add character, provided they are not distracting or corrosive. Professional grading is essential for achieving top auction results. Grading companies carefully evaluate strike quality, surface preservation, luster, toning, and overall eye appeal. A coin graded MS66, MS67, or higher can command dramatically higher prices than a lower grade example. When we speak of a potential auction value, around $150,000, we are referring to a truly exceptional specimen, a confirmed large date variety in very high mint state condition with minimal surface distractions. Why would a 2001 2 pence reach such a remarkable figure? The answer lies in rarity and demand. While millions of these coins were produced, Very few large date varieties may have been identified and preserved in top condition. Most coins entered circulation immediately, where they suffered scratches, environmental exposure, and general wear. Finding a high-grade uncirculated piece more than 2 decades later is increasingly difficult. Collector demand for coins featuring Elizabeth II remains strong worldwide. Her long reign created a vast global collector base. Modern varieties, especially those discovered years after release, often create excitement in the numismatic community. When a rare, high-grade example appears in a major auction, competitive bidding between determined collectors can push the final hammer price far beyond expectations. It is important to understand that not every 2001 pence will be worth a fortune. The vast majority remain worth only face value. The extraordinary $150,000 figure represents a best-case scenario involving rarity, top-tier grading, strong eye appeal, and intense auction competition. Market trends and collector interest always influence final results. Imagine discovering such a coin in an old mint set, a forgotten coin roll, or a jar of saved change. What looks like a simple copper coin with a few tiny scratches and light rusty spots could turn into a remarkable financial opportunity. This possibility is what makes coin collecting so exciting and rewarding. The 2001 Elizabeth II large date, with no mint mark in uncirculated condition, proves that even modern, everyday coins can hold extraordinary potential. With proper preservation, careful examination, and professional grading, a seemingly ordinary coin can achieve astonishing results in today's auction market. Top 3. The 2011 Elizabeth I penny with a large date and no mint mark, found in uncirculated condition with very fine scratches. At first glance, it may look like ordinary pocket change, but certain rare examples have reached an astonishing auction value of around $130,000 in today's competitive market. The obverse of the coin features the portrait of Elizabeth II, whose image appeared on British coinage for decades. By 2011, her portrait was already one of the most recognizable designs in the world. The reverse displays the Royal Shield design, part of the Shield series introduced in 2008, where each denomination represents a section of the royal arms. This modern look gave the 1 penny a fresh identity, while maintaining its historical connection to British heritage. The coin was struck by the Royal Mint, the official producer of United Kingdom coinage. Like most UK circulation coins, the 2011 1 penny does not feature a mint mark. The absence of a mint mark is completely normal and does not by itself add value. What makes this particular coin special is the large date variety. On certain pieces, the numbers in the year 2011 appear slightly larger, thicker, and more defined compared to the standard version. This variation may seem minor, but in numismatics, even the smallest design difference can transform a common coin into a rare collectible. Condition is the most important factor in determining value. An uncirculated coin means it has never been used in everyday transactions. There is no visible wear on the high points of the Queen's portrait or the shield design. The details remain sharp, the edges are crisp, and the original mint luster is still present. However, even uncirculated coins can show very fine scratches. These tiny hairline marks often result from contact with other coins during minting or storage. As long as there is no actual circulation wear, the coin can still qualify as mint state. Professional grading plays a major role in achieving high auction prices. Reputable grading companies carefully examine the coin under magnification, evaluating strike quality, surface preservation, luster, and overall eye appeal. A coin graded MS66, MS67, or higher can see its value increase dramatically. When we talk about a potential auction value of $130,000, we are referring to a top-grade specimen with confirmed large date characteristics and outstanding visual appeal. Without certification, it would be extremely difficult to command such a price. So, why would a 2011 1 penny sell for such a remarkable amount? The answer lies in rarity and demand. Although millions of pennies were produced in 2011, only a small number may exhibit the large date variation. Out of those, an even smaller percentage survives in high uncirculated grades. Over time, coins are spent, scratched, exposed to moisture, or damaged through handling. Finding a pristine example more than a decade later becomes increasingly rare. Collector demand for Elizabeth II coinage remains strong worldwide. Her long reign created a global collector base, and modern varieties are gaining more attention as collectors search for overlooked treasures. When a rare high-grade example appears at auction, competitive bidding can quickly push the price beyond expectations. Two determined collectors competing for what may be the finest known example can easily drive the final hammer price into six figures. It is important to remember that not every 2011 1 penny will be worth thousands of dollars. In fact, most are worth only face value. The $130,000 figure represents an exceptional case involving a rare large date variety in superb uncirculated condition with minimal surface imperfections. Market trends, collector interest, and availability all influence final prices. Imagine discovering such a coin in an old mint set, a saved coin roll, or a jar of coins stored away years ago. What seems like a simple bronze penny could turn out to be a remarkable financial opportunity. This possibility is what makes coin collecting so exciting. Every coin has a story, and sometimes that story includes surprising value. The 2011 Elizabeth 1 penny large date, with no mint mark, in uncirculated condition, proves that modern coins should never be underestimated. Even with very fine scratches, a well-preserved and professionally graded example can achieve extraordinary results in today's auction market. Always check your coins carefully, store them properly to prevent damage, and consider professional evaluation if you notice unusual features. Top 4. The 1991 Elizabeth II pence, with a large date and no mint mark, found in uncirculated condition with only fine scratches. At first glance, it may look like just another copper coin sitting in your pocket change, but in the right condition and with the right characteristics, this small piece of metal can reach an incredible auction value of around $150,000 in today's market. The coin features the portrait of Elizabeth II on the obverse side, a design that has become iconic across British coinage. In 1991, 2 pence coins were part of everyday circulation in the United Kingdom, produced in large numbers. However, not every coin struck that year is equal. Collectors pay close attention to specific details, especially the size and positioning of the date. The large date variety stands out because the numerals appear slightly bigger and more spaced compared to standard issues. This subtle difference may seem small to the untrained eye, but to experienced numismatists, it makes all the difference. The 1991 2 pence coin was struck by the Royal Mint, and like most British coins of that era, it does not carry a visible mint mark. That is normal for UK circulation coins. However, what makes this particular coin extremely valuable is the combination of the large date variety and its preservation state. When we say uncirculated condition, we mean the coin shows no signs of wear from daily transactions. The design remains sharp, the portrait is fully detailed, and the edges are crisp. Even if there are fine surface scratches from handling or storage, the coin can still qualify as uncirculated as long as there is no actual circulation wear. Condition plays a massive role in determining value. In circulated condition, a 1991 2 pence coin is usually worth only face value, but in pristine uncirculated state, especially if certified and graded highly by a professional grading service. Its value can increase dramatically. Collectors are willing to pay premium prices for coins that appear almost exactly as they did the day they were struck. The copper-plated steel composition introduced around that era also makes high-grade examples harder to preserve without marks, adding to the rarity factor. Now, let's talk about why collectors are willing to pay as much as $150,000 for this coin in today's auction market. First, rarity is key. The large date variety was not widely recognized at the time of release. Many examples entered circulation and were used daily, leading to wear and damage. Finding one in true uncirculated condition decades later is extremely difficult. Second, demand is strong. Elizabeth II coins have global appeal, and collectors around the world actively seek rare varieties from her long reign. Third, auction competition can drive prices much higher than expected. When two serious collectors compete for a top-condition example, the final hammer price can skyrocket. Another important factor is authentication. If you believe you have a 1991 large date, 2 pence, in uncirculated condition, it is essential to have it examined by a professional grading company. Certification not only confirms authenticity, but also assigns a numerical grade. High grades, such as MS67 or above, can dramatically increase market value. Without certification, buyers may hesitate to pay premium prices, especially at the six-figure level. The design on the reverse features the badge of the Prince of Wales, a crowned plume of ostrich feathers above a cornet, along with the denomination 2 pence. The details in the feathers and crown must remain sharp for the coin to qualify as uncirculated. Any flattening of high points would reduce the grade and lower the value significantly. That is why even fine scratches must be minimal and not distract from the overall eye appeal. It is also important to understand that not every 1991 2 pence large date coin will sell for $150,000. This figure represents an exceptional auction result for a top-grade example with strong demand and possibly unique characteristics. The coin market can fluctuate based on economic conditions, collector interest, and overall supply. However, rare varieties in outstanding condition consistently attract serious attention. Imagine discovering such a coin in an old collection, a forgotten coin jar, or inherited estate items. What looks like an ordinary copper coin could turn out to be a life-changing find. This is why checking your change carefully and learning about key varieties is so important for collectors. The 1991 Elizabeth 2 pence large date, with no mint mark in uncirculated condition, proves that even modern coins can become treasures. With the right combination of rarity, condition, and demand, its auction value can reach around $150,000 in today's competitive market. Always examine your coins closely, protect them properly, and never underestimate the potential hidden in everyday currency.